Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc's Dumpster, where it's a review of the movie The Terror of Tiny Town. My god, this movie is older than I realized, but let's get this bad boy let's get this bad boy reviewed. Our hero of the movie is named Buck Larson, and he is battling the evil Bat Haynes. How evil is Bat? Well, he's pretty evil. Buck is on a mission to try and stop Bat from doing all kinds of terrible things that he's doing, like robbing stagecoaches and turning cattle into hamburger meat and pretty much just doing whatever he wants to, because for some reason he can just get away with just about anything in this town. So it seems like no matter what Buck tries to do, sometimes he does some good, but other times it seems like he's getting put in jail. In fact, at one point, Buck and Bat have a fist fight in the saloon, and Buck gets arrested. Bat pretty much tries to do everything he can to turn everybody against Buck, and which at one point he does. In fact, Buck's neighbor, Tex, is convinced that Buck is the one who is making his cattle into boots and things like that. So everybody pretty much after a while wises up and realizes that Bat is no good. And so Buck is put in the jail, but of course he gets rescued, and well, the town goes after Buck because, again, well, for a little while they're still kind of convinced that Buck's doing all these terrible things, but then they find out and realize that Bat is the real bad guy of this whole thing. So Buck and Bat have another fist fight in which Buck is reunited with his one true love named Nancy, and it looks like Bat is about ready to finally take Buck down, but the cabin that they were fighting in blows up with Bat, of course, inside of it. And Buck and Nancy are finally able to share a kiss in the movie to end this film. The movie stars, and I know it's not politically correct to say this, but just like it says in the title at the beginning of the movie, an all-midget cast. But the big question... Dang it. Sorry. So the question is, does the Terror of Tiny Town belong in a dumpster? No. Okay, this is considered one of the worst movies ever made, but it's laughable. I mean, there are some things in this movie you kind of actually wonder, did they do a lot of this stuff on purpose? Like everybody walks under swinging doors, and everybody's riding on Shetland ponies, and just so many different things that happen in this movie, and you don't know if it's right to laugh at some of these things. And I actually had to read up on this, and I'm going, did they really do this stuff on purpose? And it turns out they kind of did, because that was supposed to be the running gag of the movie. We have all these little people, opening huge doors and everything like that, and trying to go up on the, I guess you say, the platform, and struggling to get up there to go into the bar and stuff like that. And yeah, some of those running gags got a little annoying because some comedies can kind of do that. They'll have a running gag that's like, it's funny once or twice, but then it just keeps going and going and going. This might have been the originator of that. But this movie is enjoyable if you because I hate to say this, but I really started getting into it after a while. I got into the story. I actually was really enjoying it, and I just and the beginning of the movie where this guy walks out and introduces the movie and tells him pretty much everything that's about to happen, and then of course Buck and Bat come out, and Bat's introduced, and then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of hissing and stuff, and he turns, the audience goes, it's like who all saying that and everything like that. But yeah, it's a bad movie, but it's bad in a good way. And this could very well be, so far, the oldest movie I've reviewed for this series. I believe this movie came out in 1938. Dang. But there you guys have it, a review of The Terror of Tiny Town. If you've seen this movie, and I can imagine you probably have by now, let me know in the comments below what you think about it, whether you agree or disagree. And if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. And if you got a movie that you think belongs in a dumpster, I'm not going to make any kind of reference to this movie in a dumpster being small. I think I just did. If it's a dumpster bigger than a thimble, forget it. Send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on. God forgive me.